Yo, 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 what is going on? It is Crazy Writer right here, right now, back with chapter 40 of my Invader Zim fanfiction. Yeah, look at that. We're at 40, which means not a whole lot left. I'm really starting to get emotional here, you guys. I mean, I've been doing this. I've been uploading these videos for almost 2 years now. And we're finally getting close to the end. Of course, I'm excited to move on to other things, which I'll probably tell you about when the final chapter comes out. But still, let's do it, people. Let's finish this thing up. Just 5 more times. Do you have to sit back, relax, and enjoy it all right here, right now. Chapter 40, Truth Hurts. All right, Liz, Zim was saying as he took his seat in front of the screen. I think I should prepare them a little before they actually meet you. So I want you to sit over there until I give you the signal to come out and meet them. Okay, love, I agreed and went to wait by the side of the screen where I was out of sight. Zim took a deep breath and then pushed the button, making the call. He stared at me until there came a response. What do you want now, Zim? I heard the voice of Robin ask. We're very busy, you know. I know you are, my tallest, Zim said humbly. However, I have some very important news to share with you. This may be the most important call that you will ever receive. Robin sighed. All right, get it over with, Zim. My tallest. Zim held out his hand towards me, and I came over and grabbed it before turning to face the screen. I would like you to meet Liz. Greetings, tall alphas. I bowed my head and smiled. I saw the jaws of both Irken leaders drop. I don't understand, Zim, said Purple Squirrel. Is she your prisoner? Oh no, my tallest, Zim responded with a shake of the head. Quite the opposite, actually. Liz here is, well, she's my mate. She means an awful lot to me, you see. I nodded to confirm this information for the tall alphas. Red Robin and Purple Squirrel exchanged surprised and confused glances. Okay, Red Robin said. Zim, could we have a word with Liz, is it? Alone? Of course, my tallest. Zim bowed his head and started for the elevator. Take all the time you need. I just knew the three of you will get along perfectly. Once Zim was gone, I sat in his chair and smiled up at the tall alphas. Look, Liz, Robin said to me in a morbid voice. We have something we need to tell you. Yes, I nodded for them to go on. Well, you see, He tried to explain something but couldn't find the words. He turned to Purple Squirrel. Help me out here. What we're trying to say, Squirrel picked up the explanation, is that Irkens are incapable of feeling any sort of love. We have each been programmed to never feel love. I laughed. That would Zim say first, but not true. Zim and me loves each other. Are you positive it's love? Squirrel asked. Because that should be impossible. Look, I leaned forward in my chair. I'm not very smart, but I know what love is. I spend half life being loved by complete different species from me. I know love more anything else in world. I know Zim and rest you species know many things, and not love. Zim and me different species, and if anybody on planet know about different species love, it me. And that Irken and me feel different species love. I sat back and crossed my arms triumphantly. Robin closed his eyes and ran his fingers along his scalp. Well, he said to himself and Squirrel. I guess there's no denying it now. Earthling Liz thing, the only Urkins that are capable of feeling any love are the defectives. Defective? I repeated the strange word that I had not heard before from Zim, Alejandro, or anyone else. Yes, Squirrel nodded. Defective. We've all known for years now that Zim was defective, but if what you say is true, I don't think even Zim could deny his fate. What is defective? I asked them. Oh, so you mean Zim hasn't explained defectives to you yet? Squirrel asked with surprise. Well, sit down because it's time we told you all about it. She's already sitting, Robin told Squirrel. Has Zim told you how Urkins are born? You clone and give in life pack, I shrugged, for it seemed like common knowledge to me by now. That's right, Robin nodded. Well, a defective is what we call someone who is given a faulty pack. It causes them to malfunction and misbehave, and Zim is a prime example of a defective. But Zim's so brilliant, I shook my head with a furrowed brow. That why you sent him invade Earth? You know what? Squirrel said to Robin. I think it's time we come clean. I think you're right. Robin nodded and then turned to me. The real reason we sent Zim to your planet wasn't to conquer it. We sent him there to get rid of him. Why would you want to get rid of Zim? I asked. Because he's a destructive menace, that's why, Squirrel said. He's done more harm than good for the Urkin Empire, and he's better off as far away from us as possible. Zim's mission is actually a banishment, Robin explained. We just made him think it was a mission because it was the only way to get him to stay away. Yes, he'd tell me once he quit being banished, I said with my eyes to the side. But he not that bad, is he? I know about Blackout Devastus, but you can overlook sort of thing. Which Blackout? Squirrel asked. He's blacked out our planet and other planets so many times we've lost. He's been the cause of 43 total blackouts, a voice off screen shouted. There you have it, Squirrel said, gesturing to the voice. 43 blackouts, just from Zim. And that's not all. Robin shook his head. He's responsible for the death of 2 previous Tallest. Almighty Tallest Miyuki and Almighty Tallest Spork, Squirrel finished. The point is, Zim is a very dangerous defective. I mean, think about it. He's been on your planet how long, and have you actually seen him make any progress? He been here 9 moons, and I tried to think of any progress made by Zim in taking over the Earth. He once dropped giant water balloon and flooded whole city. Actually, now I think about, he saved Earth more times than destroy people. Wait, what? Both tall alphas were in disbelief. Yes, I nodded. He saved from planet jackers, lice, giant hamster, tack. That doesn't sound anything like Zim, Squirrel said, confused. Yeah, agreed Robin. Why would he destroy everything we have, but save the enemy planets? If Zim really defective, then what will happen to him? I asked the tall alphas. Sorry, Liz thingy, Robin said. We have to get going now and make sure Zim stays where he is. The screen turned off and I was left in the communications room alone. I tried to process everything the tall alphas had just told me. Zim's entire mission was a lie. His entire reason for being here was a lie. And he was an outcast, a lone wolf, banished without even knowing. Computer? Yes, Liz, the computer answered me. Can you show me all calls made between Zim and tall alphas? I requested. Of course, the computer answered. The screen now split in half, one side showing the tall alphas while the other side showed Zim. Every call, I could see it. They weren't taking him seriously at all. They just pretended to listen to make him think his mission was really important so that he'd stay here. Their very first call, They were shocked to see he had survived the trip at all. It hurt me so much to see him believing these lies, to see him so confident, and the ones he was trying to impress didn't even care. It hurt me even more because I knew I would have to tell him, and that he probably wouldn't believe me. The replays ended, and I went into the elevator with my head quite low. I found Zim lecturing Gur, who was watching TV on the couch. He looked up when he saw me come in. "Ah, there you are, Liz." He smiled and held out his hands to me. "You sure were down there for quite a long time. I trust you and the tallest hit it off, as you Earthlings say." "Zim—" "I knew it," he interrupted. "I knew they'd love you almost as much as I do." "Zim, did you three talk about how amazing I am?" he kept asking with excitement. "What am I saying? Of course we're talking about the amazing Zim." "Zim!" I finally barked for his attention. "Oh, very well. Tell me what happened," Zim said while putting his arms behind his back. "Zim, I have bad news," I finally said faintly. "What's the matter?" he asked. "Do they not approve of my mate?" "It not that." I shook my head. "Then what is it?" "Your mission. It not real," I told him. "Not real?" Zim repeated. "What do you mean, not real? Liz, what are you talking about?" "Tall Alphas just tell me everything," I explained. "They say you given fake mission, actually banishment." "Banishment? Ha!" Zim laughed. "Why would they want to give me a fake mission?" "They say only way you stay away." This whole conversation was so painful. "Zim, this hurt me more than hurt you." I stepped forward and tried to take my mate's paw in mine, but he pulled away. "Stop this, Liz. It isn't funny. I command you to stop playing around." "I wish was playing." I closed my eyes. "Zim, look at truth. Think about this. You given mystery mission on mystery planet with less intelligent robot, and does Tall Alphas ever fulfill your requests? If you mission real, Armada be here long ago, and you know it." Zim turned away from me and put his hands over his antennas. "Silence, lying wolf monster! I will not listen to your lies any longer. I expected this sort of thing from my enemies like Dib or Tak, but from my own mate? How can you say these things?" "I say because care for you." My nails dug into the ground. "You need no truth." "Then stop telling these filthy earth lies." Zim whipped around, facing me again. "You know very well I was given the extra special top secret mission because I was the only one worthy of such an important mission." "Please, Zim." My throat felt like it had a rat skull stuck in it. "You know I never lie for something like this. Not for you." "Any other lies you'd like to tell me while you're at it?" Zim said mockingly. "You defective," I choked out. "That's it!" Zim started for one of his elevators. "No, Zim," I tailed him. "You not understand. You right. Urkins not feel love, but defective can." "This may be the worst insult I've ever received. I've been called a great many things, but a defective? Ah!" Zim scoffed. The elevator landed and Zim started digging in some crate before pulling out what looked like a funky pen. "Zim," I inquired, "what you doing?" "I'm sorry, Liz," he said with his back still to me, "but I'm going to have to wipe your memory." "What?" Zim turned to me. "Only someone who wished to see my downfall would tell me these things. Although I have enjoyed the time we've spent together, you've obviously been deceiving me." "Why would I deceive you?" My paws were in the air, stopping him from using his device. "Zim, you never tell me about defective. How would I suddenly know about them?" Zim had started holding up the pen-like device and was getting ready to click it. How would you know about defectives? All right, I'll give you one chance to prove to me that you aren't my enemy, and don't even try using that kissing stuff." My eyes darted frantically and I thought quickly. You not make any progress on mission. I started spewing words, but it seemed to be working. You spent so little time on mission. You no closer conquering Earth from when first land here. Zim thought about what I was saying. I suppose you have a point there. That's it! He lowered the pen and his eyes grew wide with one of his ideas. What? I said with so much worry. I haven't been making any progress, and surely the tallest are growing impatient, Zim was saying as he put the pen away. Even Scooge managed to take over Blorch in less than half the time I've been on Earth. I've been so unfocused, and the tallest have noticed. They knew I needed to readjust my focus and to give me new motivation, so they told you these horrible things. They knew you would tell me, and it would give me the push I've been needing to complete my mission. What's Zim talking about? I was relieved he didn't intend to erase my memory anymore, but still confused and concerned. Liz, I am terribly sorry. Really, I am. He put his hand on my shoulder. You know you mean everything to me, but I've been putting all my focus towards you instead of taking over your planet. Until I conquer this stinkball of a planet, I'm not going to work on your pack, and I'm not going to waste my time going on dates with you. Huh? Don't get me wrong, Zim defended. You will always be my lovemate, but right now I have to prioritize work over pleasure. You understand, don't you? I began. Of course you do. Zim rubbed my head with a grin. I should really get back to my mission now. Zim put on his wig and lenses and headed up to the house where I followed him with an always open mouth. Zim walked towards the front door and turned back to the house before leaving. I am the almighty Zim, and I will be the downfall of all mankind. And he was gone. I sat there in the living room, Gur still on the couch, television still on. I had come so close to Zim making me forget him. Last time I gave him bad news. I can't imagine my life without Zim anymore. Him and Gur are my new pack, my new family. My body was so tense since the tall alphas told me everything, and now I finally released that tensity. I collapsed to the floor and started crying. I wasn't much of a crier unless I lost someone or something important to me. My mother and father's deaths, almost losing Dib to the moose, and now almost losing everything this past year had brought me. I didn't care that much that he was putting me to the side. I understood that being a successful invader was important to him. Perhaps ignorance was bliss for Zim. It was better for him to think that the tall alphas believed in him than that they didn't. Ooh, what's gonna happen? Oh, but that was kind of a long one, wasn't it? So let's get out of here, huh? I will see you precious little darlings next time, and remember, keep your crazy.